Hey folks, we're back with Edward. Here we are. We'll just do a little recap here, you know, just so we can see the unedited nature of this run. So here we have the common attorney. There it goes. All right. I have not reviewed this footage at all. Last time I did do a bit of editing ahead of time. But I'm gonna go ahead and not do that this time, just so we can see it all come together. It's weird that it shows my rank a little bit up there. Maybe it always does that and I've just never noticed. There's a lot of things I feel like I'd never have like paid enough attention to. Oh great. I'm like, yeah, no editing, and then we immediately go into a brawl where I'm gonna be doing strength training. Got some muscle built up there though. That wasn't too much strength training. You'll find my brawl style is rather undeveloped. There's a lot of people doing crazy grapples and stuff, which are awesome, and I love to watch those clips, and I have absolutely not had the patience to figure that shit out, so we're just gonna truck right along here. There we go. Strength training pretty minimal in this round. A little bit of thrusting going on there. Yep, still going. Just waiting for him to get close. I hear the breathing. We're burning stamina. Looking good. Whoops, I've paused my video here. I'm gonna have to edit that. Getting the voice to line up after that is a pain. I used to have more patience for video editing when I was in my early 20s, but unfortunately I had a like a breakdown of moral conscience and deleted all of those videos. I don't know. I don't want to get too much into that. I was in a bad way. There we go. It was a bit bashy there. That wasn't the most tactical, I'll be honest. I was just trying to get around the spear. I get scared of spears. Oh, yeah, here we go. So we are now that we're in militia, I'm like, you know, I should probably put on some armor. So we're going to toss something on with some chains there. Not quite at the point where I want to start slapping on, you know, full-blown harness or spalders and vambrace or anything like that. The bever, key, absolutely key. You don't want your throat cut if you can help it. We're doing some contemplating. It's all brawls up here. And we're like, oh my god, 6 rounds of fucking brawl. It would be great to build up strength training, but nope, not willing to do it. Don't have the patience for it. We're gonna longsword this guy. Ka-chow. Oh, he's not. Oh, yep, okay. Oh, he's dead. I can't tell if I really meant to do that or if it was just like, nah, he might not be done. He's done. We're still going for those downward right slashes there. They're pretty reliable. Just waiting for an opening. We gonna do a thrust? We're trying. Yep. You're a squandrel. I don't hit the G key enough. I don't do insults often enough. They're fun and zany. There we go. Wasn't the most clean. You'll find that's often the case with my swordplay, though. I've been getting better at it, but I'm by no means a sword master in this game. Oh! That was actually pretty clean. Darted in straight at the throat there. Wasn't quite a thrust. Oh. Yeah, he's done. 5 rounds. The big thing, yeah, we're still at all brawls. I think we might dive into one. We're literally gonna leave and rest rather than do that. Not even gonna check the abyss. Who cares? We'll deal with that when we die. Yeah, here we go. We got a champion now. Oh, am I switching gear? Switching off the longsword to a different one? Or are we getting a little, are we going into the pole arms already? As you can see, I've made a lot of weapons here. I'm looking for just the right one. One that's not quite too heavy, not on the heavier side for a stronger character. Probably one with some reach at the lower ranks. I mean, generally with pole arms, shorter ones are better with more armor because you need to get closer than with other ones to use them. Yeah, we got a halberd. Is that what we're going with? That's a decent halberd if I remember right. Nope, we're not gonna go. We're not gonna take it. We're gonna keep perusing here. The weight differences really matter a lot. Like, you probably have caught on to that if you're playing the game, but even just a little bit of a difference, like a 0.05 kilogram difference, can for sure make a pretty big effect on your play with it. And really, it's the balance that matters. So, I've already done like a billhook video, and honestly, you don't use halberds too much differently than you do billhooks, except, at least in my opinion, halberds tend to be a little nicer for half sorting. You know, half shafting, if you will, just because... Oh, we're switching it out already? Just because more of it is blade. Like the I don't know, the more advanced bill hooks, they do have a lot of blade going on with them, but I don't know, the halberds have more of a hacking effect to them, just more meat on the end of it there. We're gonna say no to that monstrosity. Really getting choosy here. I'm getting bummed I decided not to edit any of this out, but I really wanted to show that I'm not like, you know, skipping around the ranks here. I'm not doing any funny business. This is a genuine progression run. Just a big, long spear. I don't really think you can make something long enough in this game to justify calling it a pike, but halberds more... sorry, not halberds. Glaives are more for armored combatants, at least in real life. I kind of try to use weapons on the historical side. That's a glaive. Yeah, not going to use that. If nothing else, this shows how much time I've spent making pole arms. The bill! Are we going bill? Nope. Eventually we'll make up our minds here. That's a heftier bill. Probably a worse idea than the first one. Really deliberating. That's a glaive. That's what do we got? That's a... I guess that's a kind of bill hook. I don't know if it would technically be considered a bill hook. Oh, the swords, the maces, the haft. We've done a lot of weapon crafting. I'm trying to find just the right one. Because really, most of the pole arms that I made were like for a stronger character, so I'm trying to find one that's going to work well with a militia rank progression Willie. Or Edward III in this case. What do we think? Still another bill hook, still heavy. Halberd, still heavy. I don't even know why I clicked on it. I'm becoming disappointed with myself as I'm watching this. Like, you should pick a freaking polearm. What do we got? What do we got? We got a bill. It's light. Is it the one? Is it the one? Please just let it be the one. Just use a weapon. Go into combat. Okay. No! Yo! What am I doing here? It's really funny watching this back on myself, because I'm sure I do this all the time, and I just don't really realize how long I'm spending on this. We're going with that one? Not my preferred weapon. That's pretty funny. That we're gonna deign to do that of our own volition. I kind of made it just for funsies. I guess we'll use it just for funsies, too. I don't know how long I'm gonna use this thing, is the thing. I've given some test swings. It's a little glitchy. Got stuck in my body there. Well, that worked. Just some pokes. This is definitely more of a poking weapon than anything. Just kind of making him helpless. Pitting him up against the wall there. Pretty reliable. Where's the other one? Oh, there he is. Poke. Oh my god. It's brutal to watch. Yeah, this is tough to swing. It's overbalanced. Oh, that worked. It's a bit top heavy, I think, for what it should be. A polearm's always going to be top heavy, but there we go. I don't know if I was doing it or not. I don't think so, but if you don't know, if you hold down right click and go into half sword, and you hold it up on that right side like that, if you then hold down left alt and left click, you can thrust while in half sword. Because it requires so many buttons, I don't really tend to do it that often. I tend to just go into the half sword and then just swipe to the left to get a thrusting kind of effect. But it is possible. I'm kind of just keeping them at bay here. Just trying not to get killed. They're slapping the tip of my weapon around, so it's difficult for me to get in where I want. Yes, he's parrying me left and right. Oh! Yep. Did not parry that one successfully. I guess we're going to keep using this thing. Let's go. Knockdown. I like knockdown rounds. You're somewhat less likely to die in them, so that's cool. Oh no. Oh, he's knocked down all right. I don't know how he managed to do that shrill scream with only one lung. He's insulting me left and right. Thrusting in the dark. One of my favorite pastimes. I'm missing here. You know, one of the things I really like about bills and halberds too, a lot of times, I mean, thrusting accurately is difficult with a polearm, not just in the game but in real life. But with those, oh no, are we gonna perish? Not quite. I don't think I died yet, have I? I don't think I actually fully died in the lower ranks. Maybe I did, and I just am not remembering. I think there will probably be some deaths going on here at some point. Yeah, we're switching off of that thing. It's not my favorite. It's really best as a thrusting weapon. Anyway, I was going to say, with halberds and bill hooks, since they have that, they have an extra spike on the back end typically. If you're thrusting in behind the head and you pull it back, a lot of times that back end will slash through the side of the old jugular there as it's coming back to you. Taking a mace, taking a bill. Pretty sure that's what I saw. I was kind of talking through it. Bill? Yeah, we got a bill. And it's small motions, you know? You don't really need a lot of force. Bigger swings like that, like they can do a lot of damage. But that's the thing. Right there, you tend to overswing with it. As opposed to just keeping the tip near their body, just kind of in a threatening position. What you got to be careful though of is parries, knocking your weapon aside so that they can get closer into you. It's good to aim for the ankles with bill hooks too if you can. I honestly find that easier in first person, which there's not any first person play in this progression run. If I do another progression run, am I gonna do some crafting? Yeah, here we go. If I do another progression run, I will probably do it in first person just because I think it'd be fun. And at full armor, first person is pretty damn difficult. If you're trying to use like a full-blown armit, it's like impossible to see out of that thing. I'm really getting picky about my polearm here. I wanted to make a specific one for this rank, and then realize that you are not yet at a rank where you can craft polearms. Let's see, another glaive. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of weapon choosing here. My bad on that. I'll try to spare you some of that next progression run, be a little more decisive. Maybe have some... You know what I could do is only use weapons that you can craft. It's a little more on the fair side anyway. Although it's funny that at beggar rank you can craft maces. So you can just get a big old two-handed smasher well before anyone is using anything like that on you. As we can see, we went for the ankles there. That worked out pretty well. Just kind of topples them to the ground. Less and less effective the more armor the opponent has, of course. Oh, clean. Yup. Yeah, we're speedrunning. I'm a little bummed I gave up on the longsword, I'll be honest. I was enjoying watching me struggle with it. Whoa, too close. Too close. Too close. Trying to get out of range there. Whoa! We've lost it. We lost it out of our hand. Oh! A blow to the flank ends us. Almost. What we got, dude? Don't brawl. Don't brawl. Nobody wants to see me flailing my fists around. I can't believe we're picking a weapon again. This is so silly. Oh! Are we going back to longsword? Really? Are we doing it for real? Or am I going to fake myself out here? Getting the sidearm. That's a nice one right there. It's a little heavy. That one's even heavier. Yeah, we're going for the lighter one. You could still make them a lot lighter than 0.89 though and have it work pretty well. Are you gonna brawl after all that weapon choosing? There we go. First blood. Alright, all we gotta do is not get tapped. First blood. First blood. GG's. How many rounds was that? 3? 2. Easy, right? Oh, he's got a halberd. Could make it a little less easy. Oh, there we go. Oh, careful there. It's difficult to spill blood with a flail, but not impossible, especially if you got the little spikes on that one. And that's that. Oh, the brawl. Well, here we go. We'll see how long this takes and if we end up speeding up footage. Yeah. This is highly intimidating for AI willies. They don't really know how to deal with it. We're trying to spill blood, so face blows are good. Generally, my brawl style tends to be just like getting close, kicking to knock their legs out, and then just trying to bash them in the face. I find that to be pretty reliable. It's not the most technical. I'm not a brawl wizard like some folks, although I do really appreciate those folks. They're real fun to watch. Bop. And, you know, another part of the reason that, like, I tend to brawl in this way where I'm just swinging my fists is really just because the only reason I'm really doing brawl is to try and build muscle. It's tough when you defeat them so quickly. Although I think you can still build muscle after the match is over. I'm actually not 100% sure on that, but I think so. I think as long as you're burning stamina anywhere, it counts. We're going to try and knock down a champion. We're going to have a little bit armor, though, going on here. A little bit of armor. Yeah, he's got his old hafted there. Low-key, hafteds are one of my favorite weapon types. I don't really use them in this run, I don't think, because I'm kind of just trying to speed through it. And although they're my favorite, I'm not the best at them. They don't have as much reach as a polearm. Not as much of the weapon is threatening as a longsword. So I can see why you wouldn't necessarily go for one, but they do have kind of a unique way of using them. But that's a pretty reliable move right there. If you can get the timing on it down, for if someone's coming at you with a polearm, wait for him to swing up, and then you do an upward to the left slash, kind of bringing your elbows in towards yourself and to the left to get their arms. So you're effectively stopping the polearm midair so that it never has a chance to come down to you. The other thing I do is I'll just sprint around it and half sword him in the face. Although we haven't really seen that thus far. It's a little risky if you don't have armor. It's actually pretty darn risky. Oh, we're throwing a breastplate on. Full blown. I guess most of these guys do have breastplates at this point. I might be a little over-armored for the rank, though, if we're going for fairness. But if we're going for fairness, I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't have long-sworded my way through the first 3 ranks. Oh. You gotta watch out for those axes. That works. It's carnage over there. There's gonna be carnage. Oh no, don't stab him in the back. That's not right. Oh man. Very gentle thrusts there. I wasn't even in sword stance. I wasn't holding shift. But they worked. Yarnage. First Blood Carnage is interesting. It tends to be over pretty quickly. You really just need one little tap there. Carnage has never been my favorite mode, even from the demo. I'd take a View Hurt over Carnage any day. You may also notice that I say I'm speedrunning this as fast as possible, and then I don't do one thing that, are we gonna just pay off? No, no. Wow, I paid him off. Fair enough. I usually don't do that, I will say, but I think I'm just in speedrun mentality here. You probably won't see me do that again. I'm ashamed, to be honest. I'm abashed. I don't know if in the back of my head I was like, I'll edit this part out. But we're not doing that. We're doing an honest run here. You can see full blown I paid off the spirits. I'm glad I didn't say that I don't do that before this point, because on occasion I do that. What I don't do is hire mercenaries. I like to go up against the odds. I don't want help. Which is one reason I like the View Hurts in the early access more than the demo, because I don't have an option in the demo to fight a 1v3 with people at the same rank as me, and I really do that a lot. Although I may not do that a whole lot in this run, because it's again speedrun focused. Not that I'm a speedrunner. I mean, you can tell I'm not. If I was really speedrunning, I wouldn't be spending any time strength training, probably. Just be using light weapons the whole time. Oh, oh! The old 1-2. It's pretty effective. Fight the champion. Yeah. No. Well, doubles is fine too. It doesn't give as much money, though. We want some money. We already have a lot of money. Classic. Try and get. Oh, oh! Tags me there. Not enough, though. And it wasn't a first blood match. Actually, I would have still won it if it was first blood. He's got the halberd. Yeah, see? Wait for it to go up. Slash up to the left. Pretty effective. You just gotta get the timing right. I have failed... I have failed that anti-pole arm slash more times than I could possibly fathom in order to get to a point where I can do it reliably. The other thing is that also very much works with really any weapon type. That's not exclusive to long swords. You know, I really like and also don't like the nighttime alley, just because there's some spots where it's... well, okay, you know, fair. There's just some spots where it's so oppressively dark in those corners. How are we gonna do it? I kind of went in prematurely there. It worked out for me here. But I thought he was going to lift that higher than he actually did. He kind of realigned himself. He saw what I was doing. Saw through my ruse. Thrusts are like not the most effective move on a guy with a buckler or a shield, really, just because it's easier for them to get something in the way of it. As opposed to if they have like a two-handed weapon. A lot of times you'll just thrust into one of their two arms that are using it. Doing some flailing here, a little bit flaily. Not the worst sword play I've done. But somehow I still haven't taken either of these guys down yet. Careful there. Getting a little ambitious. See, we're starting to lose limbs here. There we go. Right in the neck. Careful. That's one thing you'll very much notice on my more like successful plays is if you start getting bashed around in close range, you really should pull out of it if you're not 100% sure you can align something to deal with it. Am I gonna let myself die here? I tend to have a, like, you're gonna have to kill me mentality unless I really can see that there's just no way to come back from it. Like in this case. Both my arms are injured. I'm on the ground. He's swording down at me. Odds are low. Shall we retribute him? Or someone else, mayhaps? Oh, this guy. That's the guy who just stabbed me in the chest. Oh, no. He's thrashing me. He's tossing me around. Oh! That was effective. It's like I said, don't sleep on the hafted. It's like a mace, but sharper. Oh, he's getting back up. Careful. Just kind of trying to bash him around here. There we go. That was rather brutal. I was, but it worked. Who needs a long sword? Who needs a right arm in full functionality? Are we switching weapons again? Are we crafting? Get something a little more to my liking, perhaps? I don't know if I'm going for a one or a two-hander here. One-hander looks like better sidearm. Checking the options. Copper, if you change the metal, it changes the weight of the metal parts of the weapon. And although it doesn't change any of the cosmetics on a hafted, unfortunately, it does actually change the balance and the weight and makes the head heavier. Okay, so this one's a little bit lighter than the last one. Always ensure it. That one right there, though, is a more advanced one, so it has a spike on the end, which this one does not have. So I don't know if I would get as much success from this one as I would that other one. Like, I think the reason that when I took a swing down at that champion's leg and it went in like it did, it worked because of the spike on the end in no small part. Are we gonna make another one? Shorter, yeah. Typically, these things weren't really that long in real life. Shorter means you can get it lighter, which means it's just more usable. You still want some mass in the head on these. It's not a long sword. You don't want to craft it like it's a sword where the weight is as far back as possible. You want these to be a little on the top heavy side because that's where all of the damage comes, is from the bashing. So 0.78 is a little bit better. We're taking the pole arm in. We got a long sword, a hafted, and a buckler on the belt. That takes care of that. He's not quite done. He was screaming before it even hit him there, but he was still trying to get up. Yep, just kind of doing our best here. I don't know if this really is my best. I'm really trying to get some thrusts in there on a big old Pavis. Or Pavis, maybe. What just happened there? I caught the back of his sword, threw it out of his hand, and he was like, I don't want to do this anymore. We've got similar ranges on our weapons here. Oh, you see that? That little back hook caught him on the arm there? That's what I'm talking about with those thrusts. It's one of the reasons I like bills and halberds so much. Let go! Let go! Yeah, that was it right there. It didn't quite connect the way that I wanted it to, but yep. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You catch the back on the throat there. Those weren't killing blows, but realistically, any damage you're doing is worth it. Oh! You gonna get up? Come on, man. You know you don't want to do this. You don't want to die like this. He threw his scimitar at me. Scimitar. talking like I'm a fucking... For what it's worth, everyone should know this. Scimitar is not a historically accurate term. It was the term that Europeans used to describe Middle Eastern swords. It's a really... I think a scimitar... I'm going to talk out of my ass a little bit here. Scimitar is a really specific kind of curved sword, and then fantasy games and Europeans have kind of just turned it into any curved sword. Well, that was disgusting. It's like it was going in and out of him for a second there. That was unfortunate for that guy. Whoa, what am I doing here? I was focused on that thrust and I let myself get surrounded. Now I just got to get the hell out of dodge here. Oh, on the hand! It's going to make it harder for him to swing. Really just kind of muscling in there. I don't know how much attention I'm paying, to be honest. I am on a marathon session, though. As you can tell by the video, this is still the same. When I cut the video and like walked away and lost some footage there, that was around the peasant tourney, but I was only away for like 20 minutes or something, so I have been playing this whole time. Nice, that was clean. And there we go. A lot of times with the bill hook, if you're a little further back and you're aiming at the hands, or a little bit closer to yourself than their hands, you'll end up connecting with their weapon, or they'll move into your swing. Little flourish there, unintentional. And then you can disarm them that way. Watch out for spears. Those things, they really go in quick. The spear's a lot easier to thrust with than a bill hook. It's just less top heavy, less metal on the end to worry about. Trying to counter his thrust with a thrust. He's doing some good parries here. He's just trying to knock my weapon out of the way, really. Ooh, in the eye. He might not be done. Nah, he's done. I don't think that last hit did anything. It just kind of pushed him over. Oh, good God. He's got the monstrosity. I don't really know if that's a historical weapon or not. I think I took a blow to the head there. My screen's all blacked out, so I'm a little bit concussed. And I'm just trying not to get hit by that freaking thing. That might be a fantasy weapon. I don't know if people really used anything like that. I don't know how using something like that would be better than anything else, other than... I mean, we see the ways that it's nasty in the game. I don't know how common historically something like what this guy has, I think it's called a war staff in this game, really was. All I gotta do is not get touched by any part of that thing. And he really wants to touch me with it. Trying to get some thrust, he's parrying. Oh, there we go. I tend to go for thrusts against that thing, just so I'm doing everything I can to keep it away from me. Alright, let's truck right along into the soldier rank. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and cut it off there. That's 30 minutes is long enough. That's been militia rank. The next video will have the rest of what I just recorded today, along with the rest of the soldier rank. So thanks for joining me for Edward's Journey Part 2. Exciting stuff. Lots of menu clicking. Hopefully there will be less of that going forward. We'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. And hopefully less time between releases. I'm in the process of moving, so there's a lot going on. And then in the moments when I do have time, it's really easy to be like, nah, you know, just relax. Just don't worry about doing anything you said you were gonna do, like releasing these videos. Since they're all recorded already, I just have to commentate over them. But, you know, anyway, that's enough about my laziness. Thanks for watching again, if I said that already. If not, thanks for watching, and have a good one.